Hey friends, this is Reverend Jerry, the People's Priest, aka Father Jerry, and today I am coming to you with your Monday musings. So every year around this time, we celebrate Halloween, Holy Evening, or All Hallows Eve, as it sometimes is called. And in many cultures, including indigenous cultures, but also specifically, I'm thinking of the Celtic folks of Ireland, have this concept of the Holy Veil. And it is believed that on Halloween, the veil between this world and the other world is very thin. And this is the time where many of the ancestors and your siblings and all those folks who have gone on before us can come back and interact with us. In Mexico, we have very sacred ceremonies around this time where people actually will get dressed up as skeletons and paint their face and will walk around. And the tradition is if you run into somebody that's dressed like that, you can go up to them and talk to them, and they, quote unquote, will inhabit the person that your dead relatives that you want to talk to. Whether or not that actually happens, I don't know. But I know that people do that. But what's interesting about this is a few months ago, my grandfather passed away after a pretty significant ongoing struggle with COVID complications and other health issues that were all complicated by COVID. And one of the experiences that we had with him was several of the days leading up to before he actually passed. All of us would gather together, all the daughters primarily, would gather together and help take care of him in different ways. And when he actually passed, it was very strange. It was like this whole aura was present all day long, where we all just naturally gravitated to my grandmother's house, and we all showed up perfectly in time and were able to say goodbye to him. We were able to pray and to sing and watch him be taken out of the house to the hearse. That's what it's called. And one of the things that I really found to be very beautiful about that experience is that when we were gathered together, all of the things that happened in the liturgy on Sunday took place. We had a gathering. We were all gathered together. We were present in a common place. We shared sacred story. We had a sacred meal, a sacred food. And we also had some laughter and some tears. And then at the end, we sent each other forth, including my grandpa, with the blessing of love. You know, in Spanish, when we tell somebody goodbye, we say adios, which is actually an abbreviated form of, sending forth, which is originally in the full form, vaya con Dios, which means to go with God. So every time you say adios in Spanish, you're actually blessing somebody. You're telling them to go with God. So we did that as well. And then we all kind of lingered around. And so this week, especially as we gather towards Halloween, but really every day, when we have death in our life, whether it's a family member or somebody that we know, let us be attuned to these different things that happen. And maybe in the paying attention of those experiences, we might discover a level of holiness that teaches us that even in very sad moments like that, we can bond together. We can hear sacred stories. We can share food together. We can cry together. And some beautiful healing happened. Leading up to all of this, COVID in our family, like in many other families, caused a little bit of some tension and some rifts among certain members in the family. But the beautiful magic that happened when Grandpa died, the holy part of his death, was that when we gathered together, the natural energy of transition helped to heal some of those wounds and some of those rifts. And people started to hug and talk again who had not talked for at least a year. So, dear friends, remember that life is short and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So let us be swift to love, make haste to be kind, and this week and every week, look for those sacred moments when somebody passes, and maybe that's where the healing will be discovered.
Monday Musings is a weekly reflection series brought to you by Reverend Jerry Maynard, the People's Priest, and produced by C&G Communications. For a small donation of $25 per month, you can be listed as a podcast sponsor. For more information, please visit revjerrymaynard.org and click on the People's Priest podcast under the Media tab.